Assalamu alaikum Khawateen wa Hazrat, this is me Shafaat Ali with Stunning at Silly at Shafaat Ali, brought to you by Soneri Bank. Khawateen wa Hazrat, Quetta Gladiators की परफॉर्मेंस फाइनली आज अपना आखिरी मैच था। आखिरी मैच में क्वेटा ग्लैडिएटर्स को एक बहुत बड़ा टारगेट देना था और कराची को उसको चेज नहीं करना था। कराची चेज नहीं कर सका, क्वेटा ग्लैडिएटर्स ने टारगेट बहुत बड़ा नहीं दिया, बट इन द एंड द ऑड्स वर इन क्वेटा's फेवर। इस्लामाबाद और मुल्तान का मैच भी ज़ाहिर है क्वेटा के फेवर में नहीं रहा, सो क्वेटा इज नॉट क्वालिफाइंग फॉर द प्लेऑफ्स। ये एक बड़े अफसोसनाक बात है, बट इस सारी चीज को एक तरफ रखते हैं। एक ऐसा आदमी, एक ऐसा नाम, एक ऐसा ब्रांड जो पिछले 7 साल से क्वेटा से जुड़े हुए हैं और क्रिकेट की दुनिया का एक बहुत बड़ा नाम, बेताज बादशाह, द किंग हिमसेल्फ। टुडे वी आर जॉइंड बाय द वन एंड ओनली सर विव रिचर्ड्स। तो स्टार्ट करते हैं जनाब सर से। सो गुड मॉर्निंग सर, आई मीन इट्स अ गुड डे सर, बट हाउ आर यू डूइंग नाउ?
I'm not too bad. I'm just a little bit disappointed with the fact that we didn't get to the playoffs and even get to the finals. We are so sorry for our fans and the folks, you know, who would have supported the Quetta Gladiators for all these years. But I can assure them that we're not down. We'll be back.
We sure will be back. But if you have been out from PSL for the last 2 years, we were missing you literally. Though you were a part of Quetta Gladiators, but because of COVID, I think you weren't here. You've been back in Pakistan after almost 2 years now. How does it feel to be back in Pakistan?
Oh, it's always a great place to be at. We have a lot of friends here. I thoroughly enjoy the camaraderie, the Quetta Gladiators family, the management team, everyone, you know, who would have helped to make the Gladiators what it is today. We are very still much excited with the fact that even though we did not do our fans proud, that we left on a very good note where we won our last match, and that to me was very satisfactory in a big way, and hope our fans enjoy that and look forward to next year that we'll be better.
That's amazing. Viv, you have been out of cricket since 1993, but still you have an eye which made some of the most unusual picks for Quetta Gladiators, be it Will Smeed, be it Vince, be it Irfan. I mean, that was very unusual picks for Quetta this year. So what made you have these choices, and what were you thinking about these choices? Because being very honest, Jason Roy, Will Smeed, I mean, all the picks for Quetta Gladiators were sort of a surprise for all of us.
Well, when Nabil first told me of the individuals, you know, that we may have this year representing the Quetta Gladiators, I looked at some of the names, and I certainly did approve. Jason Roy had done credit to what the Gladiators is all about. Smitty and all the other individuals who would have been part of the Gladiators in itself. Because as you know, in order for you to be successful, you need a team. And in the Gladiators in itself, we do have a bunch of individuals who can come to the party at any particular time. And that's pretty good where T20 is concerned.
That's amazing. Players from all over the globe are in here in PSL. They're a part of it. But don't you think that people of Pakistan have some sort of a special affection with people coming in from Caribbean? Be it you, I mean, people just love you. They're crazy about you. They just adore you. Be it Nadeem Umar or be it anyone else. I mean, people just go crazy about you. Or be it Darren Sammy or anyone else from over there. So what do you think is the reason for this?
No, we are friendly, go-lucky people. We appreciate people. We have respect for people. And that is why I guess when all these individuals come to this part of the world, that the fans adore them, they appreciate them. You know, it's the fact that we are from an environment where we get sunshine on most occasions. The weather is good. We have some of the most beautiful beaches on earth. So when you have people coming from such environment, you know, there's that love that I think we appreciate sharing with people.
You surely do. Well, tell me something about Nadeem Umar. I mean, you have been a part of Quetta Gladiators for the last 7 years. And this franchise, this Quetta Gladiators, it has become a global brand, and you've been representing Quetta Gladiators all over the world. So how did that happen?
Well, I first had a call about the Quetta Gladiators, and when I first came, I met our owner, Nadim, and to me, he's one of the best owners that you can ever have, who's going to be involved in any franchise. And when you have such people at the helm, most certainly it's going to rub off on what goes on at the bottom. And he has respect for his team, he has respect for his players and everyone who participate in his team, and also those who would have participated in the PSL. He is just a magnificent human being. And when you have someone who shows love and care for the people who represents him, well, most certainly, that to me, you could put him in the #1 category of being the #1 boss.
Wow, that's so good. Viv, tell us something about your most unusual picks and probably the picks which impressed you the most this year. We were a little bit unlucky, but what do you think that who is the best pick for the Quetta Gladiators this year?
Listen, the most important thing, the picks that I saw would have been the individuals who would have scored well enough. We had Jason Roy, Smitty would have performed well. We would have had Vince, who would have come to the party, James Vince, at some point. When you look at the young fast bowlers in the unit in itself, you know, we just have a team that just needs a little polishing. And so long as we can fine-tune that particular product, I know for sure, with the experience that most of the young individuals would have gained from the previous PSL, plus what took place this year as well, that it's all going to be better. It's going to make the product much better. It's going to make the Quetta Gladiators a much highly more competitive team. So there's a lot of things that even though we may have lost and we are not going to be in the finals, there's a lot of positive that you can take away from the engagement that we would have had from some of the individuals in the team. And
anyone from the local talent which you think that he has been able to impress you the most this year? From anyone from Pakistan?
Young Nazim, I believe, our fast bowler. To me, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, you know, but he has been selected for Pakistan recently, and at that particular age, you're clocking 145 clicks, you know, an hour, man. That's serious stuff. And what I can see from him over the years, that he's taken his steps by steps in terms of the progress that he's making. It's magnificent progress as a young man. And as he gets a little older, I know he's going to get better. And any other the youngsters in the team can also have a look at him and learn from him as well, and seeing the progress that he would have made, and say to themselves, I would like to be in his position someday. And I think that's a good leadership role to be in.
Wow, that was going to be my next question, because your era was probably one of the most ferocious era of West Indies cricket, be it on the batting side or on the bowling side, especially when it comes to the fast bowling. Naseem Shah, just like you mentioned, has been aggressive. He's very calculated with his bowling and his step and his action, but he still is scared of having injuries, because I think don't you think he's pushing himself too hard?
No, not really. I guess when you're young, you got to try and get it done as quickly as possible. Your body is stronger. What I know for sure is that the backroom staff, in terms of what I would have seen with the Quetta Gladiators, the doctors and everyone and the physios, they have done a magnificent job in helping to keep him fit. And I'm hoping that may transfer to him being in the test match team as well, that he's looked after, because he's a special product.
Honestly, that's music to my ears. Naseem is so close to my heart. He's a very dear friend, and I love him as much as you do. So that's really good thing. I don't want to take much of your time, but you know, people from Lahore have been really responsive. We've seen people waving at you. We've seen people coming close to the cages and saying, "We love you, Viv." And same has happened in Karachi. So what's really a different? I mean, you have been all over the globe. You've seen people all over the globe, and the audiences all over the globe. Is there any message for the audiences of cricket in Pakistan from the legendary Sir Viv Richards himself?
No, just for them to continue enjoying what they love most than anything else. And especially with cricketer having been here for quite some time over the years, you know, just the passion that you see from the fans. And it doesn't have to be the Quetta Gladiators, but from everywhere that we would have been so far. We were in Karachi earlier. You get through the airport, you know, everyone wants to have a selfie and stuff like that. And I appreciate that. And it goes to show you that there is some love there. And whenever I do have the time, I always make myself available, because without the fans, we are nobody, you know. So we appreciate them 120% more than anything else.
Last year was a little bit unlucky for Pakistani cricket, because England and New Zealand, both teams, they had to abandon their tours for Pakistan. But we saw almost 24 English players playing in Pakistan this PSL, and now Australian tour is just around the corner. I think it's starting from the 4th March in the coming month. Any special message you want to give to the players who are watching you internationally? What do you think about the cricket conditions, the security situations in Pakistan, and do you think that environment is hostile to cricket or not?
Man, I don't know where that could have come from. You know, it was rather unfortunate at the time. I'm not quite sure what were the reasons, you know. Some of the reasons that maybe you would have heard, it wasn't quite that good in my opinion. Some folks basically were making excuses, but all the folks, you know, who would have been here from overseas can tell you that the security factor is as good as any that you can get around the world. I feel as safe here as I would be on the beaches in Antigua and Barbuda.
By the way, we love you, and we are so thankful that you gave us your precious time. I know you just had a game day today, and it must be, you know, time for your bet. But I'm so thankful that you took out time for us. Well, Khawateen o Hazrat, Viv was here with us, and you heard him, and he says कि वो पाकिस्तान में इतना ही सेफ और सिक्योर महसूस करते हैं जितना वो कैरेबियन के किसी बीच पे या एंटीगुआ के किसी बीच पे महसूस करते हैं. सो ये जो है एक ऐसी बात हो गई है कि इस पे दिल ठंडा हो गया. एंड दिस इज अ मैसेज ऑफ प्यार, मोहब्बत एंड लव to all our listeners in the world that do visit Pakistan. Pakistan is as safe as any other country in the world, and we love you and we want cricket back in here. Thank you so much, Viv. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Shafaat Ali signing off from Standing at Silly with Shafaat Ali. Inshallah, अगले PSL में फिर मुलाकात होगी. Shafaat Ali को इजाजत दीजिए. अल्लाह हाफ़िज़ नासिर.